What else did we talk about? Is that Rose? I thought somebody
Now
said.
that I got it working.
Oh, okay. Yay. We
All
talked
right.
about virtual interfaces, NAT address translator, which is network address translator, which is
Okay.
NAT, which is that's what we're doing in the project right now, creating a NAT network on VirtualBox. And that is a service that as an acronym indicates, translate private IP addresses into public one that can connect to the internet.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Wow. Wow. Okay. I have to give the clap. I got to give the the cheers. Hey, very, very, very good. Very good. All right. Now that's what I like. That's a recap. Okay. That's a
Yes.
quick recap. Okay, Abu. Um, are we ready to share your screen?
Yes. Let me do
All
this.
right.
Oh, how did I come?
Is there echo from my side?
Is that echo?
Yeah, is there echo on my side?
Just for a little bit, but not anymore.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mm,
Reshare your
All
screenable.
right.
yeah. Can you see it?
It's coming up. Yes, I can see it.
Yep, it's on the
Okay.
way. It's on the way.
Yeah. It's gonna crawl down there.
That's
UDP.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. Making
You know
this,
they
it's
say
making it.
taking it taking a look at NAT, taking a look at NAT, which is the network address translation. It's like, for instance, just take a look at your building, your apartment building as the network, and each apartment in that building represents a device. So
Okay.
NAT becomes the doorman that allows anybody into the apartment, into the building, and show the person the apartment is going. And
I
anybody
love
coming
it.
out, it allows that person to go out. So when you come in, he checks your credentials, he checks the apartment you are going, then he directs you to where you are going. I want to take a look at NAT like that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the
That's a
project,
good illustration.
for the project, um, there's no apple here. Go back, go back, go back, go back, please. Let's give me a minute. I thought I was already
All
in.
right.
Mhm. Oh, mhm. Okay. Okay, because this project was very easy. I followed the instructions on right here because there is nothing actually to submit. It says after configuring that, Then you just click on done, submit, because there's nothing you
Okay.
upload. There's nothing to upload.
Right.
There's nothing to upload. So let me bring up my
Virtual
my
box.
my virtual box.
Okay.
This is my virtual box.
Okay.
Then in configuring that, um, just a moment. Okay. So in configuring that, what I did was, I think I went to network.
Okay.
Then you attach to, when you go on network, you click on network, then you click on this drop down box, then
Mhm.
you click on NAT.
Okay.
Then you say okay. No, I think when, let me see, after that, after, okay, this is that, because they say you can configure up to 4 NAT network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then before then, how I configured Debian and Kali was that you go to the system. Is it the system or the storage? Let me see. No, not the storage. The system. Then you increase to, let's say, two CPUs, and you increase your memory more than the 2024 MB, 2024 MB. You can increase above 3,700 because they said for better performance.
Okay.
So I did all those ones, all those configuration before I ran the Debian and the Kali Linux. Then in configuring them, then I just went to network.
Mm-hmm.
I went to NAT. Then I clicked and I clicked. Okay, stop. I'm busy. You want water? Just a moment, please.
No problem. No problem. What I'm gonna do is so cute, man.
I'm on video.
So what we may do, Mr. Abu,
Yeah.
is just to have it to run smoothly through is um we're gonna probably let Teresa take us through quickly, and then just check it against what you have, and just to make sure that there's some continuity, and give you a chance to settle everything down.
Okay. So should I share my screen?
Yes, go ahead and share your screen.
Let me stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Because the interesting part that I was very interested in is how everyone dealt with clone the repository. After you got, VirtualBox, we got everything installed. We made it through, right? We got Cali and Debian
Debian.
installed,
Debian is, yeah.
and then we were asked to clone the repository. That's where we left off at. Is that right, Miss Baker?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was where we left off.
Mhm.
All right. So
Okay,
I can
so
see
for
your
me,
screen.
can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Debian, how I did the NAT network on here, I went to settings
Okay.
and then I went to network.
Okay.
And then I from NAT, because we want to do the NAT network. So I went to the NAT network right here. And this is
Okay.
what we need to get. Then I just click OK on here.
Okay.
And then I did the same for Kali Linux. I just went to the settings. And when I
Mm-hmm.
went there, it was showing me like just NAT.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
I went to the NAT network. And that was where I did press enable network adapter. And then I just click OK. And to I think in wait, let me see something. Was it properties? There's something else where no, it's not that. I think here tools. No. Well, that was how I turned it on. I was just trying to show you something else where it would tell you where NAT network is.
Okay.
Maybe tools. So you see that the NAT, you go to tools and then it shows you that the NAT network is enabled.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go here, you
Nice.
have to make sure that it's enabled here. So when you go to tools, it will show you that the network is enabled right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Prof, in
So,
okay,
so
go ahead, Teresa. When you're
no, go
done,
ahead. No, I was just saying, Prof.
okay. There's something I want to bring to your notice. You know, the last time where we left off was cloning the repository, right? On Git on
Yes.
Yeah.
Git. Now, that repository, I cloned it, and what is in that repository is uh is uh what do you call this?
Boo, you want to share your screen with
No,
the?
no, I is a website design. It's not related to this
Yeah,
cybersecurity
that
network thing
directory
we're
that
doing.
they're speaking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
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 not
cyber
related.
is you know, like what we when I started the front end with them,
Right.
is that's what they're talking about, the CSS, they have the HTML.
Yeah.
It's totally unrelated.
Yeah. Nah,
So
no
that was why
worries.
I didn't bother myself with it at all. I just left it and I just did this NAT network thing, and I just clicked done on the project, because
Nah, that's good.
they are not related at all.
Yeah, I'll be fixing that. I'm gonna be working on changing the content and the
Mhm.
syllabus.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I did speak to Alejandro, and I've been tasked with doing that.
Mhm.
So I'll
Yay.
be changing things because we want it to relate and want it to flow nicely so that it makes sense because this is they kind of got me on short notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So
very short notice.
yeah, I had to
One
jump
day.
in like that, you know what I mean?
And thank you for that. Yeah.
No, thank y'all for being patient with me because I also have to get up to speed on how things are structured, how it works, and so but we make the best out of the situation. You notice we're back up on the internet. I was down
Yes.
for a little while, but I was able to troubleshoot,
Yes. Troubleshoot. That's it.
and we got to work it. You know what I mean? We got to work it. So,
Yes.
so that's what you have to do. You have to make the best out of situations that you are handed, and you know. So yeah, Abu, I will definitely moving forward. I'll be working on these projects, especially this weekend. I'll be working on getting things working. Now there won't be changes that you see in this class, but in
Yeah.
the next class, I think they'll take advantage of the things that I'm working on, because now they're seeing that the style that I utilize, as you notice, I'm allowing you to actually learn. I'm not just
Mhm.
giving you the answers and saying,
Yeah.
okay, do this, do this. I
Yeah.
really want you
I
guys
know.
to actually,
Mr.
yeah,
Henry, 2 classes ago, Mr. Henry was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna give you the answer. You're gonna figure it out," and I like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah. It's here
we
is to
have to be
guide
in
the
the real
class.
world now.
It's very interactive.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Mhm.
it's real world,
Hmm.
because that's not, you're not going to have someone at work saying, hey, here's
Here's
the
the
answer.
answer.
It
You
doesn't
gotta
work
get
that
that
way.
playbook. You
Yeah.
gotta figure it out.
You better figure it out and just have someone to guide it through,
Guide. We can.
guide
Yeah.
you through and
Mhm.
help you to, figure out things on your own. I think
Yeah.
that's the best process. I learned that way best, even, and it helps me to retain that information and
Mhm.
Yeah.
be able to explain it. So, all right, now that we've made it through that part, you know, talk to me a little bit about. I know, Abu, I heard you talk about what network address translation is for. Now, tell me why. Why is it important?
You mean NAT?
Yes.
I think NAT is important for, I want to say, for two major reasons. There could be other
Okay.
reasons, but for two major reasons. One is security,
Yes.
majorly security, and secondly, it helps to hide your private IP address,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it like it masks it. It makes it difficult for outsiders to see it. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I think majorly those are the two main reasons I would consider. Why I mean, main reasons for not security wise, it helps to mask your
Yeah.
private IP address, and it hides your private IP address from outsiders to see it. And
All right.
yeah,
Beautiful. Beautiful. Great answer. I love it. I'm sending my claps up and my
Yes.
celebrations. Great answer.
uh,
Great
Go
answer.
Abu.
You know, So that's absolutely correct. It's for security purposes. You want to protect your internal network and the IP addresses. So that network
yeah.
address translation translate your from a public to a private and from a private
And
to a
again,
public.
because there are
And
fewer IP addresses in the whole world, it enables devices to use multiple devices to use the same IP address. Kind of, yeah.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, definitely. The public IP address is not the IP address that you will be able to see. Now, there is a way for you to see that public IP address.
Mhm.
You can do that at your terminal, but I don't think that's in the scope. So, but what I want to do today is I want to talk about Linux uh, basic commands that we talked about before. So we
Mhm.
went over a few. Uh, Lisa, do you remember any commands that we talked about last week?
We talked about
Name, name me one
which
command.
one? Bash. You talk about the bash.
Okay.
We spoke
Yeah,
about
we did. Do you know what the bash
But
is?
you also talked about change directory, PWD, the present working directory.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
those are
So we know,
Linux.
just to throw it out
Uh,
there for anyone listening, we
Sudo.
know that Bash is a type of
pseudo
shell,
cat.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know Bash is a type of shell, and we
Mhm.
know that we can also change the directory at the command line. Did we talk about elevating privileges?
Mhm.
You did.
We did. And any
Elevated
idea of what the command is for that?
elevated privilege.
Yep.
Is it CH mode?
Not quite. Not quite.
Okay,
This is from
change.
last.
No, okay, not change mode. Okay, CH. Okay, like sudo.
Is
Well,
it grep?
elevated it's the same as no, not the grep. Grep is more like finding a word in
Right.
the file. So you're doing a
Oh
search
yeah.
and you're trying to find words within the file as opposed to just trying to find the file name. But
Yeah.
think about super user or admin.
Oh, root.
Root user sudo.
Sudo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
That's what
said
I was
sudo
looking for.
earlier.
You did?
I did. It
It must have went out. It must have
was
blanked
a
out.
it was a guess. I was like sudo because I know
Okay, I didn't hear you. My apologies.
it was a
Let me
guess.
give
It's
you your
okay.
flowers.
I didn't
Let
know
me
I was
give
a
you your
guess. It was a
flowers.
guess because I know that we used that command a lot in the last class.
We sure did. We sure
Yeah.
did.
Mm.
And then we talked about at uh
APT.
yep, yep. We learned what that was.
Mhm.
Uh so here you'll see,
LS.
right? We learned about LS.
LS.
What is LS?
Let's just list.
Like normal user.
Like list directory content,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So we went over PWD, which is the print.
List is
We're
The
going to print
current
the current working
directory.
directory. We talked about find, which just search for files within a directory, and we talked about grep, which looks for the words. We didn't talk
mhm.
about head or tail or cat, but I do
Mhm.
want you to look over the chart and make sure you learn these basic ones, okay?
Yes.
Learn these because you need them, all right?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Now, here is where you're going to need to dig in a little bit, all right? And learn about file and directory permissions. Because in Linux, files and directories can be executed depending on their user permission. So below, what you'll see is the permissions that a directory might have with the command ls dash
Yeah.
l. Now, now we know that the dash l is a type of flag.
Yes.
So remember that uh, type of flag.
Okay.
You know also that if you need to take a look at what certain things mean, make sure you can have a resource to look up those names. Now,
Yes.
what I need you to do is talk about, we're going to talk about directories and the letters in the directories. So these directories typically have permissions, and the permissions are either read, write, or execute. That's what you'll see. And they're divided into three parts: the file owner's permission being the first three letters, the group members' user permissions being the second three letters, and then the other group's members' user permissions being the last three letters. Now, that's a lot. We need to break that down. We need to make sure that that's something that's very clear and that is not something that is confusing. Now, maybe I think that this is sort of like a rehash, and I think all of you kind of understand this already about permissions, but tell me if I'm wrong. Like you might know what the RWX stands for, and then how you add it up to understand how you add the numbers. No,
Um,
you guys haven't done that before, have you?
I think is it this is it 777 something, could be
Ah,
674 or 653, depending on the permission you want to grant to that person,
good
which
point.
want to do
Good point. Absolutely.
the change mode, the CH mode. Yes.
Right. So that's the shortcut way where you can go in and modify that directory by
Yeah.
giving it a code or 3 letter code, not 3 letter, 3 number code.
The number
So
code, yeah,
everyone knows that 777 is
is the
everything
highest.
is there you are.
Yeah.
That's the highest. Okay. So, but let's get into this lab. And I think this will give you practice as you work through understanding how these permissions work. Because the numbers equal the type of permission. The numbers that you see equal the
Yeah.
type of permission. So you see that a number 7 equals a read, a write, and an execute. You know that number 6 is just a read and a write, and so forth. So when you see those 3 digits, it just speaks on the type of file that you are looking at in terms of its permissions.
Okay.
All right. So let's open your command interpreter and start exploring some of these commands. So I want to mark this as done. I want you to open up your terminal and see if you can go back to the virtual box.
Is that the command line challenge?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to do it on mine. Hold on 1 second. That will slow me down. So maybe not. I think there's a video here, and I want you to watch this video. Looks like Alejandro.
Mhm.
And whose screen, whose internet is the best?
Maybe
I want you to
Teresa.
share the screen with me if you don't
Abu
mind.
said maybe mine.
Huh?
Abu said maybe Teresa. Oh
All
my
right,
goodness.
all
I
right,
can't click
Teresa.
on the I don't know why I'm not able to click on the command. Let me come out of this and come back.
Yeah, let's watch that video. Once you go to that next part, there's Alejandro talking there. I want to see if he's actually talking about the challenge. It looks like he's speaking about the challenge that we need to complete.
What? Why is mine saying? It's saying
Yes.
open command line. Mine is trying to open the command line.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was going back, or I was actually going forward. If you go down to the bottom and it says next, it should take you to a video.
Okay, let me go. Let me do that.
It should talk about command line basics.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'm
You
gonna
see
share
that?
my screen. Yes.
All right.
This one, right?
All right, it's taking a little time to make it here. Taking a little time, but it's on the way. I see it. I see it working.
It started.
Started.
I'll wait for Prof. Can you see it?
All right, I
Yeah.
see it. So let's hear what he has to say if he can, if the video is playing.
Sorry.
Mm.
We can't hear it though.
You can't
Yeah, I
hear?
can't hear it.
No.
No.
Um, let me try that again.
All right, 1 second. Let me just turn the fan on in here. 1 second. Be right back.
Okay. Abu, tell me if you're hearing it.
Not yet.
No?
Mm-hmm. No.
You can read it. Why is it showing everything in the background?
Where did you?
Nothing. Can you hear nothing, Abu?
How did you get the video?
So what Prof said, go back to command line basic and then scroll all the way down to the bottom and press next. Because if you click, go to command line basic, then scroll down to the
Yeah.
bottom and click next.
Next. Yeah.
See if you can share your screen, Abu. I don't think mine is doing it. Let me see. Oh, I know why. I know why. That little thing that. Okay, let me see. Let's try this. Can you hear it?
All right.
Play.
Okay.
No.
Nothing?
I think you have to select the
Uh-uh.
audio to play the audio when you start presenting.
I did. I just did.
You did?
Mhm.
Okay.
So the command line is
And
basically
there we go.
Oh,
I
did you
heard
hear
it.
it?
I
Oh, you
did.
did?
No,
Okay,
that was
then.
mine. I think that was you heard mine.
That was from Abu.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, Abu, let's try yours then.
Yeah, go ahead, Abu.
Teresa, can
Huh?
you hear?
Play it, let me hear. No. Wait. It's
if you're
presenting
in
now.
tech, you're going to end up using the command line to install
Can you hear
things,
it?
to communicate with the computer.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yes.
Try to avoid it and you call someone else to help you with that. You're going to have to use it for production because everything runs in a data center, and that's the way that you communicate with a data center. Out of your cybersecurity, data science, computer science, software, you're developing applications, it doesn't matter. So let's just stop thinking about why learning the command line, and let's just get into learning the command line. That's why we developed this interactive tutorial, because interactively is the best way to learn. And this, so I'm about to show you. You may see some changes because so I better use my glasses now. So you're gonna see something like this when you start. You may get you're gonna see the video first, but you also may get prompt into choosing.
Boo, your network.
Yeah, it seems to be struggling. I thought it was my side.
It's struggling, eh?
Okay.
Artificial intelligence there to
All
help
right.
you out.
I don't see that working really well.
Online, it's basically.
All right. So this doesn't seem.
And you're going to see at the bottom how you buy things like your trip. I can type here. And you
Okay. So what you try to do, instead of sharing it, each of you go ahead, take some
Watch it.
time to listen to it individually without
Yes.
sharing it,
Okay.
and then we'll
Yeah.
come back. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
How long
Okay.
is it?
3 minutes and 10 seconds.
It's 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yes. I'll just mute for a little while.
All right. All right. Well, listen, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll go ahead and you guys listen to it. And after you listen to it, try to digest what you need to do.
Yes.
And then we'll go on to a break and we'll come back 10 minutes after the hour.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you 10 minutes after the
important
hour.
to
All right.
state
All right.
That's good. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. All right. We're back. We are back.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We're back.
Excellent. Good deal. Good deal. All right. So, who volunteers to walk me through this beginning of this challenge, or have you had a chance?
Abu, I tried. I'm failing miserable. I don't know. I followed the instructions. Well,
Okay.
maybe I didn't follow the instructions. Maybe that's why I'm not getting it. But
The command line challenge he was talking
Okay.
about there. There's really,
Yeah.
he was just talking about get used to the terminal, because the terminal, the answers the terminal normally gives, they are not friendly answers. It's not answers you are used to. So get used to receiving this type of answers from terminal. I guess he was talking about when you hit an error or hit an error message, you have Google, you have AI, you have mentors that will help you through, so you don't just get stuck in one place. Then he demonstrated with CD, that's a change directory,
Right.
and yeah, he demonstrated with that, and it ended there. And he's like, continue. I think it was just an introduction to command line. There's nothing to do there. Then
Okay.
the next thing after that, when you move to next, it takes you to getting to know the GNU and the Linux distributions. Then
Okay.
after that is the project, which is the command line challenge itself, which is the
Okay.
project. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. So what we want to do is we want to start on that project, and I want you to work together on this last hour here. Not the last hour, but the last 2 hours. I want you to complete it. I don't think it's going to take that long, but maybe. But I do want you to complete that now, and then if you get stuck, uh, let's figure it out together.
that is getting to know GNU Linux distributions.
No, the command line challenge, which is the project itself. Is it not?
I think that's the
The,
command
the
line challenge.
command line challenge.
No, which is after
Yes.
the getting to know the GNU, the next
Okay.
one is the project. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Mm.
So one of you share your screen, and then both of you just work together to go through all
Mhm.
the steps that's necessary.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's gonna share? Rock paper
Okay.
scissors.
Okay. Let me share.
Okay.
Mm, 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 mm. Ooh la la. You see my screen?
It's on the way.
Yes. Yeah. I can see.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll be there
Mm.
soon.
Mhm.
It's just taking a little bit of extra time, but it's getting there. All right, I see it.
Yes. Go ahead,
Hmm.
Abu.
Okay. Okay. Now they said they strongly recommend we read this command line. So if you look at it very well on the project page, it's,
So what's happening right now? So what's happening right now? You're
Oh, Lord. Abu, did you click on start project?
I don't think he heard you.
We strongly recommend reading.
Uh-oh. It's breaking up real
I guess
bad.
my network is not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Teresa, um, looks like you're up next.
We have to share.
Okay.
All right.
Get there.
Okay, my network is just mess. Okay, okay.
I'm using TCP/IP.
The router is here, and my laptop, in my bedroom. That's why, yes. I'm far away from the
You
router.
need to get one of those little
Oh,
things. I'm like far away from my router, not too far, but I have one of those extenders. Boy, you need to go on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Get the
okay.
Yeah.
extender.
Okay. Okay. Network extender, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be the name. Okay. I'm good at that.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says this command line challenge is designed to help you become familiar with the bash/command line. The challenge goes over the most used commands ever developed every developer needs to know in order to succeed in real life. Okay, how to start this project. Student teachers must follow this step. This project comes with the necessary files to start working immediately. Well, yeah, the thing told us that. We recommend opening this very same repository using a provisioning tool like CodeSpace recommended or Gitpod. Is that same as GitHub?
What you said get pot? Yeah, it's one
GitHub
of
is
the it's not the same as, but it's
yeah.
one of the features that
Okay.
GitHub offers.
Alternatively, you can clone it on your local computer using the git clone command. Okay, this is the repository you need to open. This one.
Mm,
So do we start the project, right?
yes.
Let me copy.
But just
Yeah.
make sure
Uh-huh.
no, there's a part that says strongly recommend reading the command line lesson.
Yeah. Lesson.
If you click on that, where does it take you? It's
What
at
is
the
that?
top there.
It takes you.
Oh,
And yeah,
Mhm.
if you click that, what does it take you?
okay.
So I think they're right. I think you should read
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, take some time to read this. I'll give
Yeah.
you
Just
just let me know when you're finished.
Okay. Okay.
okay. Well, because it's really simple.
Super.
Okay.
All right. Did we finish?
Yeah, but I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, the talking about using the nano command, right? Which is the last thing that use it, because I know of we can. Is it the same thing with using Vim? Because it brings a text editor of which you have to edit that file. Like for instance, if you want to create a script, normally you use Vim, then it takes you to a file. Then by the time you finish with that file, you use escape, then escape command, then the is it the right W, that is W is the right, then oh wow. I just wanted to know if the nano command is the same thing with the Vim that brings up the text editor for you to edit and
what's the other word
save.
you're saying?
He's
Vim,
saying Vin.
VIM, Vim,
Vim.
Oh,
VIM.
VIM. Okay.
Victor India Mike.
Okay. I don't they're both they are both text editors,
Yeah.
but they have different purposes. And they're a little bit, like the Vim uh is a little bit harder to learn, and it has multiple modes versus the Nano, which has a single mode of editing. So in the Vim, you can do things like insert, um,
Yeah.
whereas you can't do
Okay.
that in Nano.
Nano. Okay.
Yeah. Um, Basically, Vim is a lot more powerful. It has a lot more features to it than the Nano, and uh, you can't customize
Okay.
or if you do customize Nano, it's not as though like when you're customizing Vim. It's a lot. You can customize it much more. It's a bigger file that Vim is, and Nano isn't. Very small file. So they are the same, similar, not the same. They're similar. One has more features than the other. Nano has less features. Vim has more features.
Okay.
Yeah, and Vim, if you remember, Vim you can actually see it's like graphical, it's visual versus
Right.
yeah versus
It's visual. Yeah.
yeah the other Nano is not. That makes
Listen.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes, Prof.
All right, excellent. But you can open them the same way. You'll put like Nano and then space and then the file name dot text, the same way you do Vim space file name dot text.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think for beginners, I think Nano was the best one to start with. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
So now that we've read that, I think any other questions regarding what we just read? That was a good question there, Abu. Very good question. And that's old school. That Vim is old school.
I don't hear much.
That's
All right. So Let's go ahead and get started on this command line challenge.
Okay. Is it in the cloud? Abu,
What?
you gotta open your thing too.
Yeah, I think that's a recommended. Yeah.
Huh? What did you say, Abu?
I
How do I
said
take off that thing off my computer?
they said that's the recommended.
Yeah.
No, I said
So we shouldn't use the recommended?
Ask the question. Opening cloud. I say yes. That's the recommended.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Set up and we take care of setup and install for all the required technologies to run this exercise or project. So we click on the setup and installation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Click encode technology. Setup and configure will never be a problem again when learning coding related skills. Start any tutorial or coding project in seconds. No setup or installation. Begin coding immediately without any configuration needed, any programming language or technology. What is this?
Right. All right. All right. Keep going. Keep going.
I can't keep going anywhere. Do I go back?
No. What you do? Go ahead. Let me see. Keep going. Keep going down. And I can't see. It should give you.
Yeah.
All right. So this right here.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This.
Yeah.
There's nothing here to do inside of here. This is just the setup and then in the instructions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now what you want to do is continue going.
So continue like identify GitHub repository.
Yep.
Oh, I haven't done it yet. So, okay. Decide which repository you need. Start from scratch using a 4Geeks template. Fork and clone an existing project. Make sure you have correct repository URL.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have fun rewriting this. I see.
So start from scratch using the 4Geeks template. Fork and clone an existing project.
Yeah. So listen. Let's go ahead and not do that part. Let's skip this.
Okay. We go to number 2, or just get out of this altogether?
Yeah, just get out of this. Close this. And it's saying here how to start this project. Yada yada yada. Get power. Please follow how to start a coding project. Click on that part where it says, please follow these steps on how to start a coding project. Nope, we don't want to do that either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one package, install, start playing. Yeah, only teachers must follow this step. Never mind that.
We were trying to do this yesterday. Remember that, Mr. Henry?
Mm-hmm.
Install it, and yeah.
Yeah. So what we want to do is go ahead and go to the next page.
Okay.
Wait.
Mhm.
All right. So it does say here, this is the repository you need to open.
Yeah.
Exercise
Yeah.
the terminal challenge. Yeah. Let's get that. Let's follow these instructions.
So when we start the project, so we have to click on start project.
Yeah. Yep.
No, just
Or do
click
you-
on that and you paste it in a URL.
What was that, Abu? Your phone's
Paste it.
breaking up. Everything was breaking. Or just post in a URL like this.
Oh, I said copy that
I already copied.
command and paste a new URL. Okay, paste it on a URL and hit enter. URL, yeah, hit enter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, if you go back to the instruction, you will. If you go back to that place, on how to start the coding project, go down,
Mm-hmm.
down.
I can't go anymore.
No, I'm telling you, move your cursor down.
Oh.
No, up. Move it up. Keep going up. How to start? Yeah, move up a little bit. After that blue, yeah, no, down below. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You click on that. Keep going. You see some things to.
So this is where so you use a template. So use this template. So let me see it again. Let me bring this over here.
All right.
Public template. This repository is a template. So public template. This right there. And you can create a new repo based on this template by clicking here. Click and use this template. I don't see use this template.
Yeah. Okay. So I was looking at like the files underneath the terminal challenge, like the exercise terminal challenge. I was looking for files that were related to that, like a challenge.
Oh, is it this one?
Hey, Teresa, click on the green button. Click on the code, the green button.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you're gonna click on code spaces. Code spaces up after local. This is local. Everything here is local. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, you create code space on the master. On master. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Allow it to come up. Give it time. Now, this is the terminal you're going to be working on. Yeah, their own virtual studio they created. That is the 4-gig virtual studio. Yes. This is where they recommend you work.
Okay.
But if you look at it, it's HTML, nothing related to what we are doing actually. But although now, if you go back to that code space, you can minimize. I think you can minimize these ones and go to the code space. Open up that code space. No, did I change the next one? Next to your right. Next to your right. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
No. The code space is opening up. The virtual studio code is opening up. Where is it?
Yeah, that one. It's right there.
Okay, you okay. Yeah. Now you see it's installing. You can move this template down. Just move it down your screen. Drag it down. No, this very one, the one where our video is showing. You can drag it down. Yeah, just drag it down. Drag it down. Push it down. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. Now, if you scroll up, okay, now you see your terminal is prepared now. This is your terminal, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now, if you go back to that instruction, if you can make your screen no, not here, not here. Go back to the the project page.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I have to go here first.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
Move down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah. Wait. You see the npm install. You're gonna copy that and paste it in that Visual Code Studio that opened up. Yeah. Yeah. Click allow on your left. Allow. Yeah. So yeah, just hit enter.
It came up twice.
Okay. Enter. Yeah, it's going to install.
Mr. Henry, remember we were doing this last night? Well, 2 days ago.
Yes, I do remember. And
scroll down.
Yeah, it's done. It says some
I'm
issues.
of the same mind as before.
Then go back to that screen, the project instruction. Then you see the npm run start.
Yeah.
And
start. Breaking up real bad.
Yeah.
Well, it says only teachers must follow this step.
Yeah. Listen, I want to go back to what I was saying. Is that I think we should move on, and I'll come back and I'll give you guys a command line challenge to follow.
Yes.
Did you try to? Because when you went to this exercise terminal challenge, it brought
the command line challenge we had in the pre-work. It's not this type. It's different from this one. The Git command line challenge. That was Git, not Linux.
Yeah.
Those are just executing commands. I mean.
Yeah. No, I think if you go back over your basics, in that chart, there was like a chart of the commands and the flags that go with them and what they mean. Do you remember looking at that chart? It was before you got here.
Yeah, command line basic.
A little bit. I think it was different. I think it was right before this one, I think.
Was it this one?
Yes. That's what you want to take notes on and learn the basics. You definitely got to learn the basics. Very important.
Okay.
Very important. So I need you to read over that. And then let me go take you to the introduction. We did the practice. Cali links.
But another thing is from the way I look at this chart, the chart you brought up now, right? Another thing could be this. We can do this in another way. Like, yes, if we open up our VS Code, if we open up a VS Code, and clone and do the git clone on the VS Code of this repository, right? If we do the git clone, all those files will be downloaded, right? Now, if we cd into that directory, and you do list, you will see all the directories. If we do, you can perform all those. You can create, you can make, you can delete, you can do all those things from there. That's another way. Yes.
Okay.
It's just like downloading all those directories, all those files. Then you can play with them with that command on the chat.
Got you. Very good. Very good. All right. So we are going to start on the next module.
Okay.
And don't worry about the last module. I'll come back on Friday evening and either post it in the evening or on Saturday morning.
Yes.
I'll give you some challenges to work with. I just need to make sure we work this out properly.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let's get things set up on my side so we can get this training correct here. Let's see.
Is that introduction to Linux?
Introduction to Linux security.
Okay.
Yes. Right. So let me know when you get to that page. Meanwhile, I will talk a little bit about it. Just read what it says. It says security is a fundamental aspect of any operating system. And as more people and organizations use Linux, it's important to understand basic security concepts. In Linux, each user has his own account and set of permissions. Remember, we talked about this before, that several different users can use the same computer but not access other users' directories and files. That makes sense? All right. So I'll let you guys go ahead and read this about secure passwords, system updates, firewall, antivirus and security software, and security auditing.
Mr. Henry, are we on introduction to Linux?
We're on introduction to Linux security.
Okay.
Actually, I take that back. We are on introduction to Linux, but we are moving on to the next one, which is the Linux administration, which is introduction to Linux security. Because we just did the introduction to Linux.
Okay.
We talked about the file and directories. We talked about the commands, the read, write, and the numbers.
Okay, so we're doing Linux administration.
Right. So now that first one says introduction to Linux security.
Yes.
So that's where we are.
Thank you.
No problem. So let me just talk about some examples of each of these
that's listed here where it's asking you to read.
Mhm.
So we talked about users and permissions. We talked about the read write. We talked about users on the same computer, not accessing the same files. Secure passwords. Linux really is stringent on passwords. They force you to select difficult passwords.
Mm.
Now, what's vital in Linux? What's vital? The vital aspect is actually the operating system and keeping it up to date. You want to make sure you always are up to date on any security patches and any fixes on known issues. Now, we talked about what a firewall is. We know that already, so shouldn't be a question there. Antivirus and security software. Although Linux is not as susceptible to malware and viruses, it can still receive it. And so you want to make sure you do your due diligence to ensure uh, you do not update your antivirus or you fail to get an antivirus. Make sure you get an antivirus system or software on your system. Then you want to do security auditing. Now, of course, auditing takes place when you review activity logs or you do any type of analysis, whether that's penetration or vulnerability. You want to make sure that you engage in those activities to actually do your security logs. Remember, we talked about the SIEM. You those all of those logs. That's what you utilize for your security auditing. All right. Managing user accounts and secure passwords. We talked about this already. Uh, we talked about what to expect, uh, whether that's a two-factor authentication or some type of privilege manage. That's how you're going to access resources on that computer or create your own resources. You need to do that. Later, you'll see talks about firewalls and protecting services, which we already covered. And it's the same thing. And then it talks about here configuring IP tables, installing, adding rules. Okay. So we have 5 minutes left before the top of the hour. This is what I want to make sure that we recap. We want to recap on what we learned in the introduction to Linux. Anybody can give me a recap, or if you have any questions. All right, no questions. So that means that you're ready for Linux security. And I actually broke down the first part, first page, and that way you know exactly what Linux security is and what's involved, which is the things that I talked about: passwords, system updates, firewalls, auditing, and users and permissions. Now, uh, all of this that you're reading here about firewalls and protecting services, this is nice, but it really doesn't give you the practice which you really need.
Yeah.
So, I believe that what you can do is following instructions under installing IP tables. You should see that underneath where it says configuring firewalls and protecting services. If you go down to the next paragraph there. It says installing IP tables. IP tables is a firewall and packet filtering tool on Linux. So it lets you define the rules that determine which network packets are allowed or blocked on your system. So basically, it's just like a routing table that you see on a router. So you don't really have to do that. And here, it's just giving you some examples on what to practice on, but you don't really have anything to practice with.
Mm.
So don't worry about this part either. But I do want you to read through it. But I want you to read through it after the break.
Okay.
I don't want you to interject that. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break now, and let's come back about 10 minutes after the hour.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Clinton. Thank you.
All right. We are back.
Yes, sir.
All right. So listen, the way this is laid out, I think I need to actually give it a better flow.
Okay. Abu?
I think I need to give this a better flow so that it's a little bit more better to
Yes.
ingest.
Yes.
The way this is now, I'll be working on this. I see. So,
Mhm.
what I did was I like slides, so I put together this slide to just to kind of give us some context and understand how this particular portion is set up. And I'm going to try this time again if it will allow me to do this type of sharing. Let's see what happens here. If it allows me to share nicely without any problems. And just let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So we're talking about basically Linux security. Okay. And we're just touching on package management, system admin, and firewall rules. That's the overview of what we're talking about in this section. Okay.
Mhm.
Linux security, package management, system administration, and firewall rules. Now, we already talked about the importance of Linux security. We talked about file permissions and ownership. We didn't talk so much about user authentication and management, and also we did teach touch a little bit about firewall and network security, and we talked a little bit about logging and monitoring. But I just want to go over each of these a bit more carefully. So, the one thing that you always want to ensure that you are implementing in your Linux security, and this is across all cybersecurity platforms and domains, users should only have necessary permissions to minimize security risk. So it's called the principle of least privilege. Always remember that. Write that down.
Mhm.
This will be on your cybersecurity CompTIA examination, this particular subject matter. Okay.
Mhm.
And that is part of the zero tolerance framework. That's what the government uses now. And you can do that in Windows, you can do that on a Mac, and you can also do that in Linux. Now, what is the other part of the introduction to security? Because here we talked about importance of Linux security. That's the principle of least privilege. That's that. Now we're going to filing permissions and ownership. So we go down here, and what you need to know under file permissions and ownership, you need to know these three commands for now. Okay. Change mod, which gives you the ability to change or modify a file. So if you are writing a program or you want somebody else to read these files, that's how you're going to change the permission of that file. If you want to change the ownership, you have it there. And then UMask gives you the ability to set default permissions across. Maybe you want to do it across the whole directory. Maybe you just want to do it on a subdirectory. But that's what we're talking about when we're talking about file permissions and ownership. Let's move right along. user authentication and management. Here's the commands that you should know when you're talking about user authentication and management. Pretty straightforward. How you want to add a user, how you want to set the password, and my favorite, sudo.
Sudo.
That's right. Okay. All of these commands here are related to user authentication and management, whether you adding a user to a group or you changing a password. These are basic commands that you should know. Now, firewall and network security. If you go back to uh, that section, it talks about setting IP tables. Make sure you read over that and get a pretty good idea about it. You know, hopefully over the weekend, I will write a little bit about IP tables in UFW. I'll write about that. Don't worry. Now, we talked about monitoring and logging. Syslog, that's my favorite. Yep, yep, yep. And then you have the other tools that will help you to deal with monitoring and logging all the activities as it relates to your system in Linux. Packaging and software management. Uh, Everyone knows what a package manager is. I believe that's just how you roll out a particular uh, application. It may be wrapped in a package manager. And then you get to see all the others. And then my favorite word in this slide is what, Teresa? What's my favorite word on this slide?
On this slide,
Yep.
troubleshooting.
That is you're right. You're right. Okay. What's my one?
Dependencies.
There it is. Dependencies. And what does dependencies mean?
Dependencies could refer to those packages or those items in the library of that application that the package will depend on in its functionality during execution of codes.
Bingo. Beautiful. Where's my
I know I'm looking for mine too.
yeah, where we at here? Let me send the congratulations here.
Go up, boo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to be
Okay.
like, Abu, come to my rescue.
All right. Now let's go back. Okay. Debian package management. Here, we're talking about installing a package, removing a package, and updating a package. We actually did this on our last when we did the update. You remember that, Teresa?
Yes,
We
sir.
had to do the double.
With a double and
Mhm.
yeah, we did.
Right. Exactly. So that's how
We
you
did the
do
one
that.
dash Y.
Yeah. Because we wanted to do that when we wanted to load npm,
Yes.
and when we wanted to load mvm, we wanted to update it and make sure everything was updated. Red Hat package management. So here, very simple. You want to learn these Red Hat package management commands. We're talking about install and we're talking about a remove. Not difficult. Not difficult at all. Just know these commands here.
Yes.
Now, we talked about the basic Linux administration.
I wanted to bring like
Go
some observation there in the Red Hat package management.
Okay.
That in Red Hat you do sudo yum install
Yes.
or sudo yum updates. In Ubuntu,
Yes.
depending on the Linux flavor, there is sudo apt update. and the sudo
Yeah.
apt install. Yeah.
Yeah, like Kali, like Kali
Kali
Yeah,
Linux.
yeah, Kali Linux is sudo apt. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Very good. Very good.
Good observation.
Yes, it is. All right. Now, here we're talking about less about security. Now we're talking about more about system administration. And in what was covered in the program, what you want you to know is these four things: user and group management, file system navigation, process and service management, and system logs and troubleshooting. These are the four topics that you should actually understand. So here are the groups, commands, and the user commands related to. And notice that they put sudo uh, right in the beginning, and they keep doing that. It's because by default you will not be an administrator. You actually have to type that in to become the administrator. Then you put in your actual commands.
Because it's
All right.
only root user, the super user, that can actually make changes in the system like that.
Right. Right.
We have to use sudo.
You have to use sudo.
Yeah.
Process management. Now, I think when things get a little hairy, you should look at your processes.
Yeah.
You should look at this. You remember how to do your terminate processes. This is how you do that here. That's pretty important.
Okay, king PID.
Yep. All right. Service management. You'll need to know about these commands. And don't worry, I'll try to I'm going to expand on this, and then I'll let everyone know when I put it up into Slack over the weekend.
Yes.
All right. Creating an update system script. We're going to talk about that also. Don't worry about that. Uh-oh. What do I hear?
Abu snoring.
Oh, okay. You can.
All right.
It's
Let's push
Wednesday.
through.
We're all tired.
Yeah. Boo's tired. All right. I get it. All right. So don't worry. I will be putting examples of this. And that way you learn all this. And you need to go through some exercises. And so what we're going to do is hopefully what I'll do is let's get to the exercise and to the project and understand the project a bit more. One, you have two pieces of it. One is creating an update system script for Debian, and the other one is blocking ping requests with IP tables. Let's make sure that when we go there, let me change and stop right now. Let's stop sharing, stop presenting. All right. So this is what we will be working on. Two projects: creating an update system script for Debian and blocking ping requests with IP tables. All right. Now, I don't want you to start on these right away. What I want you to do is actually read through the project and see if you can still use a virtual box or if it's asking you to do something else. because you already got the VirtualBox loaded with the Debian machine already working. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So what I need you to do, go ahead and try to start on this project, and you two work together on that.
Okay.
And then let's see how far you get.
This is the command line challenge, right?
No,
No, where am I?
this
Oh
this
no.
should be.
Why is
Let's go back. Let me go back here.
the computer?
This challenge is the challenge right or the project right underneath the Linux administration security that I went to, and just load. It's just loading on my side. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Just taking a minute. All right. So it's creating an update system script for Debian.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
first part. Create an update. So I want you to look to do that. And then I want you to also look to blocking ping requests with IP tables.
Okay.
Now, you can either work on both of them together, each one, or you take one and he take one. And then y'all explain it to each other.
Update the system script.
Mm-hmm.
Blocking ping requests. Me, I'll do the Debian one since I haven't learned about the IP tables as yet.
Done deal. There we go. So the next one is blocking ping requests with IP tables for Abu.
Yes.
All right, Abu, you got it cut out for you. And I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Maybe in 25 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Should work on the blocking the ping request with IP tables.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let's see if this is making any sense.
Blocking ping request. Okay. So it looks like both of these are working off the Debian virtual machine and the Learn Pack. Both of these you should already have installed, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see, 331. All right. And so what I'm going to do for both of you, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to
I can hear you.
actually, I'm going to write down the instructions in Slack just to break down like how you understand the updating process in Debian so that you understand what commands are involved. Like for instance, the update, let's just go over this. The update should be simple,
I
right?
can't get
You
to,
just,
for me,
I'm sorry?
I cannot get to the terminal on my Debian on my Debian installation. I don't know. I'm trying to
All
get
right.
to the terminal. I can't get to the terminal. I don't know.
Well, well, don't worry about that right now because let's
Okay.
just talk about it so that it's
Okay.
clear. I
Okay.
want it to be very, very simple. I got to
Mm,
go back to my old ways. If y'all remember, my old ways is to break it down very simple.
yes.
So the update, if you want to update in Debian, it's the exact same way we did it already. Sudo app update. Remember we did that,
Yes.
but we didn't do it for Debian. We were doing it for Kali. But
Ali.
Debian, right now, this is Debian, which is a bit more simple. Okay, sudo app update, and then if you want, and that's how you update. That's the whole thing. Very simple, nothing difficult. It's just a different syntax versus Kali. Okay. Now, what about upgrade? Very simple. Sudo app upgrade. Bingo. Nothing difficult at all. Doesn't need all these fancy words and difficult instructions. Very simple. Okay. If you want to remove a package, it's just sudo app. I use most of the time I use auto remove. That's what I normally use. Okay. Nothing difficult there. Um, so those are the things you should start out with right there. Just learning sudo app update, sudo app upgrade. Sometimes there's some flags with that. And then sudo app auto remove. Okay. There's another one called sudo app clean. And what that does is it frees up disk space by clearing out the cache. All right. Now, simple enough, right? Nothing too difficult on that. Very, very simple. All right. Now, what was the other piece that we needed to do? Blocking. The other one we need to do is blocking ping requests. Okay. Blocking ping requests. So let's break this down and what this means. So first off, you know that you're using IP tables, which is similar to what? A router, because it blocks. Okay. Now, um, if you want to check the existing firewall rules, let me send you how you list these. I don't know if you have a chart there, but I think this, what I'm going to send you, is going to help. 1 second here. Let me get to my chat. Okay. Copy. Nope. Yeah, here we are. Come on. All right. Check your chat here. So when you go to a network and you want to see your firewall rules, bingo, there we are. Not difficult at all. Remember, I told you this is all memorization. Not difficult at all. Now, the other thing is, I'm going to send you. There's a bunch of information on blocking, testing.
That command,
Sure
the
that
command works.
it works now.
Yeah, it works. I tested it.
All right,
It
perfect.
brought out the table.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
I can't do
So,
nothing on my virtual machine anymore. I don't know. It's giving me an
Oh, you
error
can't do
message.
anything?
Even my Cal Linux. None of them.
None of them.
Yeah.
What kind of error message are you getting?
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Okay.
When you get an error message, it means you are doing something, and that's the time to open your eyes. Error message is good. Error message
No,
is good.
no. It was working fine. Okay.
Maybe you are not putting in your password, because if you leave it for a while, come back, it will ask you for
No,
password.
I can't even. Okay, once I open VirtualBox, I can't even open Debian.
Mm.
It says make sure the kernel module has been loaded successfully.
Close it. Just close the application, then open it afresh.
I did
Okay.
before, but let's try it again. Let's see.
Just
Mm-hmm.
close your VirtualBox machine completely, then go back and reopen afresh.
I
Then
did the same thing.
power on your machine.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing, still not working?
No.
Okay. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to it. So you may need to just restart your whole machine
Mm-hmm.
and then come back in. Maybe. It shouldn't be that way because
Yeah.
it's a virtual machine.
Mm-hmm.
But you may, another thing you may want to try to do, but you know what? Yeah. Just try to restart the next time you want to go back in, and
Mm.
that clear up some cache and some temp files that you need to get rid of.
Okay.
You just
Yeah.
maybe next time you want to go in, just restart your computer completely. Yeah, just restart your computer, hit on the power button and restart. If there's any update, Windows is going through to update and everything, then you start afresh. It will open up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now, now you got that. Now we're talking about blocking. Okay, blocking ping requests with IP tag. Now, why would we do that? Why would we block ping requests? Anybody know?
Now, to a ping request, first and foremost, my understanding is that you are trying to see if that machine is on, if it's live and on. Because if you send a ping request, it's going to send you back a ping. It's going to send, if you send a request, it's going to send you an accept. Then before you can start sending data packets, right? Now,
Yeah.
if you are receiving a ping request from an IP, that IP that is not, or that is blacklisted in your pool of IP addresses, then definitely it will not accept that ping request, because that IP is not known to the network. I don't know. That's my little explanation. I don't know if it makes sense.
Makes a lot of. It's a function used in Linux for network diagnostics and troubleshooting, right?
Okay.
Sometimes when you want to ping a device on the network, you try to ping it, see if you can get access to it. Maybe you want to
Yeah.
ping your own network card. Little things you want to ping to help you troubleshoot. Okay. But
Mhm.
as a standard practice, you gotta write this down right here. This is one of Henry's wise words. Okay. You want to block ping request. Why? As the administrator or as advising your administrator, because if you can ping, somebody else can ping on your behalf also. And what will happen is you'll get a DDoS, a distributed denial of service attack. And people will flood your network with ping requests where you won't be able to function and operate. So you want to make sure you keep things secure when it comes to your network or your computer, so no one has that access to do that except you. Okay. We talked about listing the firewall rules. So you want to put the sudo IP table -L -V, and that'll give you all the rules that you need.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what else I got? Well, I think there's a few other ones out there, but they're kind of long winded, and I'll start next class with them. In the meantime, I'm going to put out some things on Slack so that you're able to really gather an understanding of what they want, the administration part, the security part, and also understanding the basics in terms of the commands and ownership. So I'm going to have some practices to help you learn these uh, practices. And then also, I'm going to help you to understand some of the administration, some of your common administrations that you don't see in here. All right. Any questions? Anybody got any questions on that?
No question for now.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Like I said, this part right here is pretty
Mhm.
dry because you're just learning commands. There's nothing to
Yeah.
figure out.
Yeah.
It's pretty dry, and I'm sorry it's not any more exciting than this, but
It's the
I
nature
believe a lot of exciting ones are coming.
Right?
yeah,
The
the
bones,
exciting one.
the
I'm trying to think
bones,
of
not
what's
flesh. The bones, those are the
exciting.
bones. They are not flesh.
Yeah, I like I like incident management.
Right,
Incident
right.
management is fun. Uh, I
Like
like
DPS, like
IPS
DPS.
and IDS, which is the prevent intruders, detect intruders. I like that, and I really like my favorite is pen testing.
Right.
You're gonna
Now,
love that.
I have a
Hmm.
question.
Sure.
If in my network,
Uh huh.
Screen reader on. Frame. Text.
if
Enter your username.
if I
Uh
if I think hypothetically now, if I think that in my network I already have intruders in my network,
hmm.
if I think I already have intruders sitting in my network and waiting to cause damage. Now, this time I'm not preventing because they're already in. I'm not preventing. I'm not trying to prevent because they're already seated in the network. How do I compartmentalize these intruders such that I can render them uh, inefficient in their
All right.
act within the network? Is that
All right.
possible? Are there
Very,
tools
very
to do
possible.
that?
Very possible, and very simple. Okay. Number one thing is you're not going to use an IPS. You're going to use an IDS. Uh,
Okay.
and that's the
Intrusion
India.
detection.
Right. That's number one. And once you also you want to look in your logs. Now I know I'm getting way out ahead of myself,
Yeah, yeah.
but this one is it's a bit more fun than learning commands,
So
memorizing
is this
commands.
will you consider this an incident management or what? Or
Yes.
someone okay.
And then what you want to do, what's the first thing you do? Isolate.
Yeah.
Once you look through the logs and you can see where they're accessing, and first you're going to use your IDS. Your IDS is going to detect, hey, here is a uh, unauthorized intruder, and they're here. They are accessing this information. Once you see them, then you want to isolate that resource and you want to isolate them. And that's one of the ways I love to isolate is I unplug
Unplug
from the
yeah,
internet.
from the network.
There it is. Very simple way. Or I may unplug that whole network, that whole uh, subnet network. I'll unplug the whole network. And now no one's online in that whole network. So that I can isolate this person. And then I can check the logs and see how far or how much damage was done, what was accessed, and that should help out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Like I said, that was a question a little bit far out there, but
Yeah.
don't worry. It's a little bit way down the line. We still got maybe another week and a half before we get there. You'll need to learn about Kali Linux administration, server administration, server backup, monitoring optimization, and the list goes on. That's what you want to learn. That's what's coming up. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Look, we got 10 more minutes. Any other questions? No.
No.
And did anybody check on Rose?
Rose all right?
I sent her a message the last time, but I didn't get a respond.
Okay, all right.
I did send her a message saying class has started.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll definitely reach out to everyone on Slack just to make sure we're good to go on that. Um, I also want to encourage you to try to get some resources on Linux. Linux has free learning resources. So try, if I were you, there's some exercises out there I would try to help you get your understanding of the commands and help you practice some of these commands out there. So they got them out there. They got exercises out there. Uh, get familiar with the exercises
Hmm.
because they're free out there. Then you'll feel better about working on all of these different things.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. And then the last but not least, I just wanted to let me see here. On Friday, I'm trying to see here.
Oh, we don't have class on Monday.
We don't have class on Monday.
No, they said it's a holiday, President's Day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um,
Are you guys gonna?
Miss Laura put it in the group in this on Slack.
Okay. 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 What about uh on Friday? Are you guys going to come? I don't know. I hear that's a special day.
I'm coming. Abu, are you coming? I did not know. Do you want to come, Mr. Henry? You're married. I'm not. I should be asking you. Abu, for the married, are you coming? Like Paul would say, for the married.
Yeah.
Married.
Abu, I can't hear you, Abu.
Abu, you're
What's
muted.
happening on Friday? What's happening on Friday?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Thank God your wife is sleeping because you're in trouble already.
No, no.
They say Valentine's Day.
Oh, I have my there's nothing. So, but class will happen, right?
Yeah, the
Or
class
no
is gonna
class?
be there. I gotta be there. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to take a litmus test.
He's pulling your
Sure.
leg.
I'm coming on Friday. I'm coming on Friday. Valentine
Okay.
doesn't stop no show.
All right then.
Exactly. Good.
I'm just checking. I'll be there. I'm just
I didn't remember about that.
taking everybody's temperature. Some people may not make it.
I will make it.
You'll make it.
For
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Cause you don't have to be married to not make it.
No, marriage doesn't stop nothing.
No, trust me.
Especially for those of us who are old in the marriage system. So
exactly.
maybe if you are new in it, it's still but
Probably. So it will be trouble for me.
I'm an old man.
It'll be trouble for me, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to figure it out. I was trying my best to say, hey, am I gonna be alone on the video?
No, I'll be there. No, we have a boo, so yay.
Okay, then. I don't want to get people in trouble. I want everybody to have the same time. It's a Friday night, also.
Right?
I just want to make sure everybody's all right now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good. And then so Monday we're not going to have class. That means that I definitely will be. We'll go over everything on Friday, and then Saturday I'll put more content. So don't look for the content
until Saturday around this time. Okay.
Yes.
And then, all right, we got 5 more minutes. I want to also make sure that you guys, do you guys have uh, little feedback where you can go and give feedback on the course and how it's going?
Yes, I think I got an email today earlier
Okay.
about feedback. Yeah, I think I received an email about that
Okay.
today. I just didn't get a chance to check it. I was at work. I couldn't use my phone, but
Okay.
I did see it. Yeah, I got about 3 hours ago. Yeah, I believe you should
All
check
right.
your email and see.
Do you always get that? Is that something that always comes in your email after each class?
No, I just got it only today.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's
You're
good
talking of
deal.
the
Oh, you know what? Oh, this was for my mentorship thing today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the mentors, how the mentors work out for you? Do they work out well for all of
Very
you?
good.
They're
Very
very
good.
good. Ah, good.
I
Very
don't know,
good.
the one I tried to schedule. I tried to schedule Sarah.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
guess because they'll be like, give a heads up of what you want to achieve, you want to do, so that the mentor will be
Ready,
kind of
prepared.
ready.
Right.
I tried to make her understand I need to submit project 2, and the
Mm,
file is too large. So how do I reduce the file? That was my problem.
Mm.
right.
So she referred me back to my class teacher. I guess she
Oh,
don't
is that
know.
right?
Yeah, that's what she said. And I reached out to Daniel. I told Daniel, this is what I'm experiencing. This is what I
Okay.
tried to schedule Sarah. This is what Sarah said. And Daniel was like, try to compress. I said, that is not working. The only thing that
Mhm.
worked was Alejandro. The time I had the same problem in my pre
Mhm.
works,
Yeah.
Alejandro was the one that sent me a short video to watch on how to do it, and it worked.
Okay.
So
All right.
now I don't have my communication with Alejandro. I can't see his handle. I can't see him on the Slack. I don't know if he's still with 4 gigs or not.
Yeah. 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 He definitely
Yeah.
is.
That is the
Mhm.
co-founder, the
Yeah,
guy
he's a
we saw in the
co-founder,
video a
so
while ago.
he's
Yeah.
definitely
You
around.
know what, Abu?
Mhm.
Schedule a mentor session with Guillermo. He's very good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard. I
Okay.
heard. I haven't met him, but I heard about him. So he
Okay.
should be
Yeah.
able to resolve that too.
He's very patient.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said okay. Gimo, there's no
It's not with G. It looks like it's Spanish, so it's spelled weird. It's like the pronunciation
Mhm.
looks weird, but it's good.
Kambara.
Yeah,
Esteban.
Guill.
No, there are only three mentors here. I have Guillermo Costa.
That's him, Guillermo.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So listen, we're gonna shut it down, and we'll touch base on Friday. Be safe out there. Take care of yourselves and enjoy your Valentine's. Uh, you know, what I mean. Take it easy. Take it easy out there now. Take it
That's
easy.
Abu. Abu, take it easy.
Take it
No
easy. All
problem.
right.
No problem.
All right. Yeah. I'll
All
see
right,
y'all
thank
later.
you.
See
Have
you
a good
Friday.
night.
All right, all right. Good
Have a
night. Good
good
night.
night. Good night,
Good
Abu.
night. Good night, Prof.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.